What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Baltimore Ravens versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in an exciting Monday Night Football game. So what an interesting Monday Night Football game this was. The Baltimore Ravens were considered the best team in the NFL currently by a lot of people, even though they are 4-2, had a rough start to the year. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were a team that's very hot, that has looked really good at times this year, and a very dangerous football team, especially on offense. So the Buccaneers started this game out pretty hot, and Baker Mayfield was dealing, and then he dealt with some turnovers, and Mike Evans got hurt. Stuff that was just not in his favor, in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' favor, and it really hurt them going on with this game. The Ravens started to get a big lead, and Lamar Jackson has been very good this year, in my opinion. He's improved throwing the ball, it feels like, every year, and he had 5 touchdowns today. And Mark Andrews got involved. He got a lot of playmakers involved in Derrick Henry. This team, when Lamar Jackson is dialed in like this, passing the football, and the way that they can run the football with Derrick Henry and those running backs and an offensive line, they are a very dangerous football team, and I think everyone knows that in the league. The Baltimore Ravens continue to impress me a lot by their defense as well. Now, they did give up 31 points today, but this Buccaneers offense is one of the best in the league, honestly. So it was impressive what they did with the turnovers, and Baker did give them some pretty easy ones, but their defense is going to be legit, and this is the stuff that I look for in playoff teams. Can they run the football when it gets cold in the playoffs, and can they get their playmakers the football like Lamar Jackson has been doing, and can they play elite defense? So the Ravens really do check a lot of those boxes. But the pressure is on the Baltimore Ravens, and we know that because they have struggled at times in the postseason. Haven't been able to get over the hump. Obviously, they faced the Kansas City Chiefs last year in the AFC Championship game, so they have experience there, but they just haven't been able to get to the Super Bowl. But so haven't the Bills. There's a lot of teams that haven't in the AFC because the Chiefs have just been so dominant. So hopefully the Ravens can kind of get over that hump, like I said, and get to a Super Bowl and potentially win one. Derrick Henry had 15 carries, 169 yards, and 11.3 yards average per carry. So he was absolutely dynamic, and what they have done with Derrick Henry in the run game has been beautiful. And when this offense is running the football and Lamar Jackson does what he does throughout the air and with his legs, this team is hard to guard offensively, and they put up 41 points versus a Buccaneers defense that is not no chump. I mean, the Buccaneers do have some good playmakers on that side of the ball, so it was really encouraging if you're a Ravens fan to see this team have such a dominant offensive display. And I think that's the most impressive part about the Baltimore Ravens, is that they can win in multiple different ways. And when a team can win in multiple different ways, your win probability goes up, in my opinion. You know, if you're having a bad game offensively, your defense can kind of carry you. And as your defense is giving us some plays, your offense can do some stuff to carry you in that way. So there's multiple different ways to win. That will favor the Baltimore Ravens at the end of the day. They had 244 rushing yards, which is just ridiculous. 508 total yards in the whole football game. So just an offensive clinic by them. They basically did whatever they want now. But let's talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That was a lot on the Ravens. The Buccaneers are in an interesting spot. Obviously, Mike Evans is hurt, and Chris Godwin did not look good. He got carted off with an air cast. It does not look good for him, and his season may be over in Tampa Bay. We don't know yet, but it looks like an early indication that will happen. So they're going to be without Chris Godwin potentially. Mike Evans, hopefully they get back soon. But now your playmakers are kind of gone, and the Buccaneers fall to 4-3. This was crucial for the division, especially because the Falcons are really rolling, and they have them next week. You could potentially be looking at 4-4, which would not be ideal for them. So they really need to win next week, and they have some tough games. I believe they have Kansas City and the 49ers as well. So they have a tough stretch coming up. So hopefully they can do well on that stretch, because I really like this team. It really hurt me that Chris Godwin went down, because he's one of my favorite receivers to watch in the National Football League. I mean, he is really good at what he does. He catches almost everything. His route running, he's a guy that you want on your football team because he's reliable. But yeah, this Monday Night Football game was very entertaining, a lot of offense. But, I came away that the Baltimore Ravens should probably be the Super Bowl favorites at this point, and I think they kind of been. I think that's what some people kind of believe, and I don't blame them. I mean, the Baltimore Ravens are dominant, and they continue to impress me a lot, and I really think they can do some good stuff in the playoffs and get over the Kansas City Chiefs problem. And it's not going to be easy. The Chiefs, they may not look the best right now, even though they're undefeated. They're still going to be a problem in the playoffs. That's when they really, the Chiefs feel like a different team when it gets to postseason, especially recently. They kind of feels like they're in cruise mode in the regular season, figuring stuff out, and they're also not very healthy. So you don't really know what they got going on over there. So it'll be fun to see this Ravens team. They have some tough games coming up. It's not going to be an easy road. They have to stay healthy. That's a key. But that'll do it for me. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.